to episode 1 of Flagged for Review. I'm your host, Brendan Gagan.
I am Johnny Clumpy, his co-host.
And this show is pretty much all about sports. So any sport, we'll be able to cover it. Today we'll talk about the Super Bowl that was played last weekend. We will talk about Sportscast, so any games in any sport coming up for the next 7 days. Fantasy baseball, covered by Devon. Four Nations face-off in hockey that is starting tonight. And then for the final 2 segments of our show, our group decided to pair with a couple other groups to play a little 3-on-3 basketball, and which was very competitive. So stick around to the end and make sure you watch that. So
And we're hoping you stay tuned for the exciting Super Bowl recap. We're going to let you guys know which games you should watch this week, where to watch them, what times you can watch them, so you guys are fully prepared on your own sports calendar at your home, and then get ready for some exciting 3-on-3 basketball as we look forward to a fun show today.
Yeah.
But to get us started, we are going to talk about the Super Bowl, and me and Brendan are going to do a little recap of one of the more boring Super Bowls in recent memory.
Yeah, so the Eagles played the Chiefs for the second time in 3 years. It was the Philadelphia Eagles dominating this game, winning by a score of 40-22 to capture the franchise's second Super Bowl title. Jalen Hurts was named Super Bowl MVP. Devontae Smith, Heisman winner, state champion in high school. Now he's a Super Bowl champion. Caught the dagger touchdown.
Done a lot of winning.
Absolutely. Jalen Hurts, 221 passing yards for 2 touchdowns and an interception. He also ran the ball 11 times for 72 yards and a touchdown. It was named Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes, on the other hand, with the Chiefs, threw for 257 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, but those 2 interceptions seemed to be very costly.
The one was a pick six, and then the other one was thrown at his own 10-yard line. So it was hard. It's hard to win a football game when you throw interceptions in situations like that. Those are backbreakers because you don't give your defense. Well, one is just a score, and then the other one, your defense doesn't really have a chance to play defenses. They're starting on their own 10-yard line, backed up underneath the shadow of their own goalposts. So, but that just led. But we haven't even got to it. What was causing a lot of those interceptions was the pressure created by the D-line of the Philadelphia Eagles. I personally believe most of this D-line somebody deserved the Super Bowl MVP. Obviously, Hurts played a great game, but he still had the turnover, and they were playing from ahead a lot of the game, so it made it a little bit easier on him. But the reason they were playing from ahead was because this defense forced so much pressure on the best quarterback of our generation. It made him look worse than human.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it's hard to do that in the playoffs. We've talked about it a lot. It's everybody's better than Mahomes until it's time to be better than Mahomes. Is the quote, and he didn't even look like a competent quarterback in this game. He looked like a Blake Bortles. Like that's what it looked like in this game.
That's a bad comparison too. So, one of the most impactful players on the Eagles defense, yes, the D-line, but also rookie corner Cooper DeJean, who turned 22nd, his 22nd birthday, on the Super Bowl. Same with Saquon, his birthday was also, but Cooper DeJean, first career interception, happened to be a pick 6 in the Super Bowl.
The best quarterback in the
NFL, and definitely a future Hall of Famer. And that's really what kind of, I don't want to say that's what started it because they were already up 10-0, but that definitely got the.
That felt like the early dagger.
Yeah.
That's when it was similar to me. I was like, okay, so Mahomes just doesn't have it tonight, and then they went down to punt after that. Then they went down. He threw the other interception to Zach Bond. And the Zach Bond interception was where I was like, okay, the Chiefs have no chance with the way Mahomes is playing. But to Mahomes' credit, he did throw one of the best balls I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
But they were also down by a lot. It was the Chris Paul to cut the lead to 42. I mean, obviously, they were not down that much, but that's basically what happened. It was just not a great performance by the Kansas City Chiefs. The offensive line wasn't even getting blitzed, and they let pressure on 50% of snaps. Just dreadful. A really, really poor performance from this offensive line, who has been an elite unit, but this is now 2 Super Bowls. Obviously, it was a little bit different circumstances. In the first Super Bowl, they lost. But this offensive line has let down Patrick Mahomes twice. But we haven't talked about him yet. Xavier Worthy was great. You have his stats, but he was I don't really care if it was stat padding or not. A rookie putting up 2 touchdowns in the Super Bowl.
And over 150 receiving yards.
Yeah, that's impressive. It's still hard to do that, whether you think it was just stat padding or not.
Or if the Eagles' backups were in.
Yeah,
there.
even
Like,
that's still excluding his. Even if you exclude the last touchdown, which was a 50-yard touchdown, still means he had 100 yards and a touchdown in the Super Bowl. So very impressive from the rookie. But Travis Kelce, we haven't talked to him yet. He was disappointing.
He was nowhere.
It was disappointing. It didn't help Mahomes. Like, Mahomes targeted him a couple times and just misfired when he should have had 2 catches in the first half on third downs where he makes his living in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But
I mean, yeah, you take away your best weapon and a quarterback's best friend and a tight end. I think that's going to cause some havoc. Granted, I don't think anybody expected the Chiefs to struggle that bad without
Eagles
Travis
defense
Kelce.
was that good, I guess.
But, so Travis, he's getting a lot of criticism too as well, especially. But, I mean, I don't see him retiring or anything. The Eagles defense played him very well. And they have the guys to cover a tight end, like a tight end.
Zach Bond's great.
Yeah,
they have
Zach
the
Bond's
linebacking
great.
core to do it. So yeah, just Eagles domination in Super Bowl 59.
It was kind of entertaining before the end.
Yeah,
for a little bit. But all right, we are going to head to a commercial break. When we come back, Jonny is going to give you the rundown on the sports world for the next 7 days, games that you can look forward to watching, a lot of it being college basketball. But
just basketball in general.
He will give you the rundown. He'll give you the start times and where it's at after our commercial break.
I'm going to cut through the middle, but
30 out of 40 points overall. Wake up.
What?
The letters, Maximilian. What do they mean?
The what?
The letters.
Oh. Why didn't you say that before? This isn't code, it's PC3media.com. You can see our class rosters, a radio,
I don't find a world where they can squeak out 12 wins. This type of
and even our famous Friday show.
welcome to This or That Today, and today we will be talking about questions which you guys can see right here on the screen right now.
That sounds interesting. What about sports?
Cover that as well. We cover the main and playoff seasons of both basketball and football.
Very fun.
It is. Go check out PC3media.com or check us out on YouTube.
This is Towing the Rubber. I'm Devon Alsman.
I'm Johnny Klumpy.
During the season, we recap the games and Cubs news every episode, and then we'll add in a couple different segments.
And during the off season, we plan on recapping news and doing trivia games.
Johnny and I will give our opinions on sports, and we'll hopefully have some laughs along the way. You can find our show on the PC3 Media Network Radio or PC3 Media YouTube channel.
Hi, welcome to this week's Sportscast. A lot of basketball is going on this week as we're in kind of the dead time with no football, and baseball's just starting to get towards spring training, but there are no spring training games just yet. So this week on our weekly Sportscast, we would like to throw it to tonight, February 12th. And tonight, the San Antonio Spurs visit the Boston Celtics on ESPN at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. And check your specific time zones for the time. Victor Wembanyama gets to play at one of the most historic NBA arenas, TD Garden, so look forward to that. And then the very prime time spot for ESPN tonight in the NBA is the Golden State Warriors are taking on the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks obviously just traded Luka Doncic in one of the most shocking trades in NBA history. And the Golden State Warriors made a trade of their own, trading for superstar, great playoff performer, Jimmy Butler, as he makes his national TV debut for the Golden State Warriors on ESPN, as you can see there. And that will be on at 8:30 Central tonight. Look forward to that, obviously. And the Mavs will be without their star, who they returned in the Luka Doncic trade, Anthony Davis. Tomorrow night, on February 13th, we have a battle in the Western Conference. It is the Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Minnesota Timberwolves on TNT at 7:30 p.m. Central. A battle between two of the top young guards in the NBA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Anthony Edwards, as the Thunder visit the Timberwolves. But this is all that's really going on tomorrow night. I would call it kind of a cloudy night, not a great night for sports. But Friday night, it's another dark and gloomy day. It's even worse, I'm going to be honest with you. Friday, February 14th, the UCLA Bruins visit the Indiana Hoosiers, two historic college basketball programs. But UCLA are the winners of were the winners of 7 straight before a loss last night, and the Indiana Hoosiers are coming off a big win over Michigan State. But both teams not ranked, but it's really the only good basketball game going on Friday night. So this one, I would just call this a thunderstorm of hail in the sports world. Not a lot of fun going on. But Saturday, this is the day that you want to be seated all day long on your couch, bucket of popcorn ready. At 12 p.m. Central, number 16 Wisconsin takes on number 7 Purdue at Mackey Arena, one of the best places to play in the Big Ten. Wisconsin travels to play one of the best teams in the Big Ten. It is going to be a big-time matchup. But then at 3, and that'll be on CBS at 12 Central. At 3 p.m. Central on ESPN is the possible game of the year. Number 1 Auburn at number 2 Alabama, the Iron Bowl, but make it basketball. We're in for a great one. 2 high-scoring offenses. And the team that's looked like the best team in the country all year except for 2 games, Auburn, takes on the Alabama Crimson Tide in one of the biggest matchups of the college basketball season. And then another ranked rivalry matchup. The Egg Bowl is the name in football. It's Mississippi State visiting Ole Miss. That'll be on ESPN at 5 p.m. Central. 2 ranked teams, big rivalry game, and huge for the positioning in the SEC. And then to close the day on Saturday is Michigan State at Illinois. Illinois, one of the better teams in the Big Ten. They've struggled at times this year, but they are still a very good basketball team, playing Michigan State, who is one of the best teams in the Big Ten. Tom Izzo looking to break the Big Ten all-time wins record, as he had a chance last night against IU, but Michigan State blew it, so he has the chance again at Illinois on Saturday. And then for those of you who are really into college basketball and want your bracket, late on Saturday night, St. Mary's plays Washington State at 9 p.m. So for those of you who want to work on your bracket, you can watch St. Mary's, one of the best defenses in the country, play. But on to Sunday. It's another huge rivalry game. Michigan at Ohio State. The game for football takes its basketball turn on Sunday. CBS at noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern. Ohio State, a very underrated team in the Big Ten, has a lot of big wins. They beat a lot of ranked teams. They're the underdogs in this game, but they are a good team, taking on ranked Michigan, who just beat Purdue. Another rivalry game this weekend. It feels like the rivalry weekend in college football is this weekend in college basketball. Then, it was the battle for the first in the Big East, but now Creighton's just trying to fight back with St. John's after their loss to UConn last night. Number 24, Creighton finishes number 9, St. John, one of the hottest teams in the country, and another great defense. They don't shoot the 3-ball well, but they win games at an elite rate, and they play some of the best defense you'll ever watch. And at 3 p.m., neither team is ranked, but it's a battle for between 2 of the best mid-major schools. Utah State is 21-3, and New Mexico is 20-4. This is huge for those of you wanting to fill out brackets and who you're going to pick as your underdog pick for March Madness. This is a game you want to stay tuned for, as both teams are very good this year. And then we go to next Monday. It's another dark and gloomy day, but Arizona visits Baylor. Baylor's a very difficult place to play in the Big 12. This is at 9 p.m. Central on ESPN. Arizona's ranked, coming off the loss to Kansas State, will like to get back on Baylor, who is a very good team, has one of the best freshmen in the country in VJ Edgecombe. Arizona is trying to take over at Baylor. It'll be a good matchup, but it is not 2 ranked teams, but it will be a good matchup. And then next Tuesday, it's all Big Ten. Michigan State and Purdue. This was looking like it was going to be the battle for first place in the Big Ten, but then both Michigan State and Purdue lost last night, so it's now the battle for second place. But both teams, it's going to be at the Breslin Center. It'll be an electric environment. Both of these teams are 2 of the top dogs in the Big Ten. It'll be a great matchup. And then another tough Big Ten battle, ranked Wisconsin. We've already talked a lot about Illinois, how they're one of the best teams in the Big Ten, even though they are struggling at times this year. But Wisconsin, a great basketball team. Madison, Wisconsin's a tough place to play, as Wisconsin will always put up a good fight. The Michigan State game, Michigan State versus Purdue, is at 6 p.m. Central on Peacock, and Wisconsin-Illinois is at 7:30 p.m. Central on FS1. Thank you. Back to Brendan as he introduces our next segment. Thank you for watching our Sportscast.
Great job, Johnny. There's a lot of good, impactful basketball games with about a month left, a little less than a month till the bracket starts. So our next topic, for all baseball fans, we will be talking about fantasy baseball with Devon Osman. So I'm going to hand it over to Devon here. Devon, are you ready to go?
Yeah, today we're going to be breaking down some of the top picks in fantasy baseball. There's 3 guys that are very obvious to choose from, and there's a 4th guy I want to highlight a bit before tomorrow on Telling the Rubber we'll go a bit more in depth. But today we're going to go ahead and start off with the pretty much obvious number 1 pick, Shohei Ohtani. He is going to be average draft pick, ADP's average draft pick or position. He's 1. He can, for most leagues, he's a hitter and pitcher. If you draft Ohtani, you get both of that. Great value. You get 2 things in 1. And then in Yahoo, he's split up, but at the same time, he'll go 1 and 2, his pitcher and hitter, most likely, because of how good he is. His pitcher, maybe Yahoo, is going to be a bit down, though, due to him going to probably miss the first month of the season. Overall, though, Shohei Ohtani is going to be the number 1 pick due to his speed, which he'll have a slight bit less stolen bases than he did last year because he'll be pitching. He's also coming off that surgery, but he's going to be a very good pick. He's got the average, he's got the power, he's got the speed, he can pitch. He's a great number 1 guy for most people. The only downside is he does not have a position. He will only be used in utilities. So then you have to use one of your DH/utility spots, and he doesn't have a position. When you could get slightly less numbers, but a position out of the next guy at average draft position at 2.3. It would be Bobby Witt Jr. He is a shortstop, 2.4, sorry, and he's a shortstop, so he has a great positional value. There's a bunch of good shortstop stuff, but this is the top guy there is in the sport. He's averaging 2 to the 3 round, or 2 to the 2nd pick, because of how good he is. He has average, he has speed, he has power. He plays shortstop. So his numbers are going to probably be slightly less than Shohei Ohtani, but he has that positional value. He also will probably, in my opinion, have more stolen bases than Ohtani this year due to Ohtani going to go back to pitching. So this is a great pick if you want a shortstop. There's a couple other great shortstops, but this is the top guy to go to. Number 3 pick is going to pretty much be this is the top 3 guys. You got Aaron Judge, average draft position at 3, because he's around the 4, 3, 2 spots, so that will average out to 3. He has the best power out of anyone you can pick pretty much in the first round. He still has that average. He still has the RBIs, the runs. He's going to be without Soto, but overall he's still one of the best players in the game. He's going to be the top guy for power. So you got Ohtani, you got the great numbers, no position. You got Bobby Witt, slightly less than Ohtani, but you have that shortstop position. And you got outfielder Aaron Judge with that top-tier power for your league. He's going to have that top-tier average, or going to be a good average for you. RBIs, he's going to be a great guy to give you your numbers. He as well will be a great player to draft. He will take one of your outfield spots, but he's a great guy. The 4th guy is not necessarily the 4th pick, I would say. He plays shortstop just like Witt, and his ADP is a bit skewed. So his average draft position is 10. But that is due to looking at ESPN, he's 31, compared to Yahoo, which is 5, and a couple other leagues, he's around 4 and 5. The reason for that is ESPN does a points league, so then you can gain or lose points. And since Ellie De La Cruz has a big problem where he has, if you look at his 2024 stats specifically, he's had 67 stolen bases, so this is a top guy for stealing bases. If you're in Yahoo specifically, or any of those other leagues for those just numbers-wise, this is your stolen base guy. Problem is in ESPN, you lose points. It's normally negative 0.5 for every strikeout. He led the league with 218, so that's 109. That's negative 109 points overall due to that strikeout number. So he is a great pick for the stolen base number, but overall, he's going to struggle a bit for ESPN. But that was our quick little recap for the first round of baseball. So we'll go ahead and throw it back to Johnny.
Hi, thank you, Devon. Thank you for the insight. Can't wait for the fantasy drafts that some of us will be partaking here in PC3 Media. But next, Brendan would like to talk about the Four Nations face-off that is going on in hockey. This is why hockey's on a long break and they don't have any games going on. So that is why we were mostly covering basketball in our sports forecast. But Brendan is now talking about the Four Nations face-off. To you, Brendan.
Yeah, so Johnny, the Four Nations face-off, it's a new thing that they're bringing to the NHL. It's here to replace the All-Star game. So it's where 4 international teams face off, and they will play each other. They'll each play. It's kind of like round robin, kind of like what we did in our basketball game that we did. And it's USA, Canada, Finland, and Sweden. They will all play each other once, and then for seeding, and then they will play in a tournament with a champion being crowned. So the favorites, Team Canada, they got some big stars on there. Captain Sidney Crosby of the Pittsburgh Penguins, Connor McDavid, who's the next best star in the NHL, Nathan McKinnon as well. Canada will play Sweden tonight to kick off the Four Nations face-off at 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern on TNT, followed up by Finland and USA tomorrow. And then this will go from February 12th, so today, all the way till February 20th. And this is kind of like their all-star break. So it's something new that they're trying. And as a hockey fan, me personally, I like it. And we'll see how it goes, obviously, but hopefully it's a good substitute for the All-Star week. And but yeah, so tune in tonight to watch the first set of games for the first ever Four Nation face-off game, and be ready to crown a champion, I guess, in a little mini Olympics. Not as many countries, but we're gonna send you back to Johnny to intro our basketball game.
Thank you, Brendan, and thank you for your insight on hockey. But next is our segment where we played 3-on-3 basketball over the weekend. We played a little bit of a tournament ourselves. And the rules for the first set of games, as Devon comes back, the rules for the first set of games is that we played ones and twos, the twos being behind the three-point line, one being inside the three-point line, so it's the two-point line. And fouls were minimal. We played off the walls except the back wall because you couldn't really bounce anything on it, so that was our out of bounds. It was kind of just like your regular pickup 3-on-3. Fouls calls where if it was obvious enough, you can call it, and Devon will explain our rules for the tournament and how the bracket plays out.
Yeah, the way tournament was formatted is we had 3 teams, so each team played each other once for seeding-wise. After all 3 teams played, then we'll go to a tournament style where the teams with the 2 worst records will play each other. Then it will go to championship game. The championship game will be the team with the best record will need to lose twice for the loser's bracket team to be able to take the victory home. So today we got games 1 and 2, which will be my team and Brody's team for game 1, and game 2 will be Johnny's team and Brody's team. So we'll go ahead and throw it to our first game.
We're here for PC3 Media Basketball. The teams, Devon, Adam, and Trevor going against Brody, Ben, and Noah. Trevor fires up a 3, no good. Adam trying to get the rebound. It gets kicked back out to Trevor on the offensive rebound. Swung to Devon behind the arc. Not looking to score right now. Trevor with Brody defending. Looking what he can do. Little mid-range off glass is good. A point for Team Devon. Attack. Uses the window. No good. Tip to the wall. Be careful. Oh, no. A good find to Ben. He misses. Gets his own miss and puts it back in. Brendan, what do you like what you're seeing so far from these 2 teams?
I like the size that Ben's using right now on Team Brody. It's really
They're getting it inside. Ben fires up a 3. Way off. Noah gets the offensive board. Oh, good find. Another one. Ben off window again. Ben looking to back down 2 guys. Goes over both. Can't get it. Rebound fought for. Ben gets it. Doesn't swing to Brody. Finds Brody. Brody sets up the triple. Way off backboard. Devon the rebound. Near reaching foul. Adam gets a little pump fake. Off the side of the backboard. Way off. Trevor, a little mid-range. Nope, pump fake. Oh, there he shoots it and gets the home roll. Size defensively. Trevor trying to get to the baseline. Little fadeaway mid-range is off. Adam fighting for the board. Is not complete. You are here with Jonny Clumpy and Brendan Gagan on commentary as Noah hits a triple. And Brendan loves it up here in the booth.
Shoot, baby.
Oh, good cut by Noah. Got a layup. It's again another score, and it's 5-2 Team Brody. No good. Fights for the rebound. Trevor comes out of the pack. Oh, wow. Little pump fake mid-range. Does not get the home roll this time. Trevor fires again. The floater is good. 5-2-3. Devon's team. Ben, off the glass again, using the size inside. And a 6-3 advantage for Team Brody. Oh, good back cut, but Trevor's in the gap. Stealing one. Ball screen action. Trevor, good pass to Adam. Oh, but Noah sends it. The great help side from Noah Cena. Jumping off, he's got another three in him, does he? Oh, in and out. Ben, and one. Without nothing but net in the wrong way. And air ball short. Trevor.
Playing soccer, good Lord.
A lot of quick kicking action. Adam, tough move, but he can't finish it off. Brody gets the rebound, dribbles it out for Team Brody. Noah send the ball screen. Oh, Trevor picked his pocket, but it went right to Noah. Pass hitting the ground. We're playing off the walls here on the far side, and Trevor bats it away. And Team Brody will retain possession.
Oh. Wait, was that a bang?
What happened?
Two-pointer.
By who? Sorry. Brody hits the two-pointer. Ben takes it away. He gets the layup, 10-3, and Team Brody.
It is match point.
On game point.
Devon, lock in.
A 1. Ben gets it. They go pick and roll for him. He fires for game. It goes! Team Brody in dominant fashion. Hot start. Ben absolutely phenomenal in game 1.
That was our first game. We are back. We got the stats ready for that last game. Sadly, my team took home the loss, but hopefully we'll come back and do better against Johnny's team, which we'll play, and we'll post that next week. But Trevor was our main scorer with 3 points, and the steals and rebounds are only from what's shown in the clips to not be confusing. Trevor had 3 points, 1 steal, and 2 rebounds. And he was our top guy. I had 1 rebound, did pretty much nothing, but Adam also only had 1 rebound. And he also had that 1 shot off the backboard. So we'll see what.
Oh, that's a little rude towards your teammate, but
we'll see what we can do, put together for our next game. But as well, you got Brody's team who just came to play.
It was Ben. It was a Ben show. It feels like they should rename it Team Ben with the way he played in that first game, but we'll see how the rest of his tournament goes, if he can keep up that elite scoring pace. Brody didn't add anything on in game 1, and then Noah added on 3 to help them win as we go now to game 2 between Devon and I's team.
In the jerseys, we got Grayson, Brendan, and Johnny. And then in the shirts, we got Noah, Brody, and Ben. 1st to 11. Let's go. 1s and 2s. Brody's got ball. He passes it to Noah. Passes it to Ben. Ben goes for a shot. And that's 1. The favorites is going to be the teams in the jersey. You got Johnny, a varsity player. We'll see what he can do, carry his team. But Ben's been really good against our team. He was the big carry. Now it's 3-0 Brody. Nice team. Get the ball. Grayson, first time getting the ball today. Johnny makes 2. 3-2. Go to Brody. See what Brody can do. He's probably... Yeah, he's the worst player on this team. But to be fair, so am I. And then Brendan with quick rebound. Just misses. Ben gets the rebound. He's getting double teamed. He goes for his own shot, and he makes it. It's tied 4-4. Guarding him. Grayson's going. And it's wide. No look pass. Johnny's got it, though. See what Johnny does here. He goes for a layup, and it's good. First lead, and then Johnny goes for two, and it is good, 7-4. Brennan past Johnny. Johnny goes for two, and it's good. It is 9-4. Grayson, steal from Noah, goes to Ben. Ben gets it. It is 9-5. Is score. Brody passes it to Ben. Ben's going. He shoots. 9-6. We got a little comeback coming. We got Adam here as well, sitting. Adam, what are you going to do to stop Johnny?
I think personally, we just don't let him shoot. Don't give him room. It's game. I'm telling you. Just don't give him room, and he's not shooting.
All right, we'll see. We'll see for our game what Adam can do against Johnny. He'll be the guy guarding him. Brody's going to go for two, and it misses. I think Brody should just stop taking shots, to be honest with you. Oh, the steal goes to Ben. Ben, go for two. It is 9-8. And I think we're seeing the three players. Brendan goes. It is 11. That is game. But it's a way better game than game one. We'll see what my team can do against these three next game, which will be coming up next week.
And that was game 2 of our little basketball round robin.
I made a mistake. It was our team versus Brody's team. I said it was our team versus Devon's team before we went to the game. I would like to apologize for my mistake. But it was, well, Ben put on a show for Team Brody.
Ben scored all 8.
He scored all 8 of their points. He is up to 16 points through his 2 games played. He's been so far the MVP of the tournament, even though his team may have lost a game. He was showing out. Absolutely. He's just an elite basketball player. Then you and me were the only ones who scored for our team. Brody added on a steal for his team, but that was the only other guy to record a stat.
Grayson had a rebound for our team.
Ben added in a steal as well for his team. But for us, you and me were the leading scorers. I had 7. You had 4. You had 2 threes. I had a steal. We had some fun. But we'll wait to see what Grayson can get going in the later games of this tournament, as next week we have Game 3 between our team and Devon's team, and then Game 4 will be the first game of the losers bracket. But that'll be next time on Flagged for Review. Thank you to our executive producer Harley. Thank you to our producer Peyton Barrera. And
thank you to Devon.
And thank you to Devon, one of our other on-air talents. And until next time, this is Flagged for Review.